gosh, what's that on the horizon? Those giant bronze footsteps heralding the return of Podzilla. Hey, everybody, welcome to your favorite monster movie podcast. I am Micah.
And I'm Jasha. We are in our second week of our swords and sorcery and sandals and stuff theme. Kicked it off last episode with Kev and Kenzo from the Austin Danger podcast talking Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I'm still buzzing from Monty Python.
Have
you watched any of the Monty Python movies since?
I've watched more Monty Python. Because they've released like 4 feature films. And the first one that was pre-Holy Grail was called And Now for Something Different. And it was them refilming a lot of their classic sketches. So I know the Dead Parrot sketch now. I know, there are other ones.
You could watch Scam-A-Lot and understand a fair bit more of the references.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm a Monty Python.
Did I say Scam-A-Lot?
You said Scam-A-Lot.
Shame.
You're calling them a scam. Yeah, so I've watched more Monty Python, but I'm excited. And we're very much focusing in on the sandals. Swords and sandals for this episode. It was my pick of the theme, Jason and the Argonauts. Micah, I loved it when start of this season we watched Beast from 20,000 Fathoms and saw that sweet Ray Harryhausen stop motion lizard stuff.
I feel like even since the dawn of this podcast,
yeah,
like from the OG Godzilla episodes, I remember us talking about Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah.
And it being this literal bronze behemoth looming over our podcast
all
and
throughout
the history
the show,
of stop motion.
All throughout it, Ray Harryhausen's name has been whispered in the background. If you isolate the audio, you'll hear like Ray Harryhausen. He's always been there. So I thought it was time to go back. And also because I'm crazy and I'm trying to watch a sword and sorcery movie every week this year, this was also one of the movies I wanted to watch. So like
just to fill your quota.
Two birds, one stone. It's working out, yeah. Michael, what have you been up to? We haven't seen each other in a while. Our schedules have been misaligning.
I know. I actually haven't seen you in yonks.
Yeah.
What have we been doing? Regular, like once a week D&D night, if that has been the last time I saw you.
We did play
properly,
D&D last week, yeah.
Which has been good. What have I been doing in the meantime? A lot of show prep for local theatre stuff.
Have we talked about the show you're doing? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Mike is in Heathers.
I'm doing a local production of Heathers. Well, hey.
You are the understudy or the alternate for JD?
That's right. Which is fun because I get to bring out my inner psycho and still learn to sing and dance.
Pretty big role.
Such a fun time.
Could you give us a little taste for those overseas that can't come to our little town of Frogurt for the local production? Give us a little can you give us like a 10-second clip of a song?
Freeze your breath. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, can you do that again? I
isolate it.
Yeah, room tone.
Ray Harryhausen. Dude, you got me all show shy.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Guess you'll just have to buy tickets to the local theatre production.
Everyone who wants to hear more of Micah's JD, fly to New Zealand, track down our small town.
It'll be worth it.
Get a seat next to me.
What have I been doing otherwise? Busy with work. In my meantime, I've been intentionally trying to do a bit more intentional reading and gaming. I feel like last year things got so busy that when I had free time, I kind of just ended up like doom scrolling and doing nothing with my time.
Yeah.
So I've been doing some really cool reading. We ended up reading Blade Runner, which I think have we talked about on the podcast? No. What in the world? We ended up doing a little dual read of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. The old pulp fiction novel that Blade Runner was based off. I haven't seen the original movie.
Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I was going into it like, I want to read the book one of my favorite movies was based off. You just had no knowledge about what Blade Runner was or what it was even about.
I knew it had like androids and a dude hunting androids, and that was basically it. Yeah.
So when I was reading this book and it starts off in the first chapter, there's a literal electric sheep that Deckard is having to like go and feed or do maintenance to. And it was blowing my mind because I always thought like the Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep was just like a
metaphysical question.
Yeah, like an idea. But that you wouldn't have even.
I'm just like, this is exactly unexpected.
Electric Sheep, Blade Runner.
Super fun book. We both really liked it.
Yeah. It's one of my instant fave for me.
It goes off the rails in like the best way possible. I think, in the last 30 pages or so, to the point where we ended up just like on the car ride to our mate Hamish's place having like a super deep discussion about what everything meant. Super fun. But what that ended up leading me to do was taking a little dive into a lot of that old school like sci-fi pulp fiction stuff. So I've tracked down a lot of other books from that period that I want to read, a lot of Philip K. Dick's other stuff. I've signed up for my first ever like regular monthly magazine or quarterly magazine.
A sci-fi magazine?
Yeah, there's this one called Grimdark, which is like the modern sci-fi fantasy magazine to hearken a lot of the same vibes of that era. Has a lot of like short stories, novellas, interviews, essays on different fiction pieces. And I feel like I've grown up without anything like that comes in very regularly to get behind. I haven't read a lot of the one I have so far, but it's super fun. And even just like getting a magazine in the mail and knowing that I've started the journey and issue 50 something that's going to hopefully go on for years to come is super exciting. The other thing I've been doing is I've been getting into a lot of climbing games, Jasha.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I'm beginning into climbing.
I've been getting into climbing, a lot of climbing games.
Oh, so these are the like Freudian games?
I know what word you're trying to get to.
Freudian.
What does Freudian mean?
They're Freudian games. Freudian. Hey, I know my games. I've been learning about roguelikes. I know Freudian, because Freudian is when you're doing one menial task, like climbing something or jumping up something, or chained together going up something, or you're trying not to fall and go back to the start of the game, right?
I was wondering what you're going for. You're going for Freudian. Which is based off the game.
Let's delete the audio.
Bennett Foddy's.
Okay.
Getting over it.
You sure it's not Foyd?
Foyd sounds, I believe you for a second. Bennett Foyd. Kind of. So the sci-fi kick ended up taking me on a bit of a journey. There is this old manga series which I have bought, have not received yet the first edition of, called Blam. Spelt blame with an exclamation mark in English. But it's a story about these guys who are trapped in just this crazy brutalist mega structure. It's like one of the genres that really heavily influenced things like, I want to say Neon Genesis Evangelion, Akira. What was that other?
Akira!
What was that other movie that we saw? Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell.
A lot of that era. Anime and manga takes a lot of inspiration from it. But this game is like a very direct influence from that. There's one called Lorne's Lure.
Okay.
There's a person called Lorne, and I think they have a lure. But it's this crazy game where you are a robot that has kind of gotten lost in this mega structure for like 500 years. And you've just spent half of a millennia trying to make your way through this huge like cave kind of man-made mega structure. Just insane visuals. I've had it on my wish list for a while. And Steam game, you end up traversing this entire world and just going deeper and deeper with like 2 mountaineering climbing picks. Incredible game. I really love the vibe of that one.
It's Freudian, right? Like it is a Freudian game. Like you're going up and then
I don't think so.
If you fall, you like go back to a checkpoint, or like you fall to the bottom.
Bit of both. It's more linear than you think.
Okay.
But then there's another one I jumped into after that called Cairn, Cairn.
Okay. That's what I saw you play. That's a Freudian game.
I don't think that's Freudian either. But that one, it's a little bit like another game called Jusant, but it's a very realistic climbing simulator where you play as this girl. I think her name's Ava, and almost like Celeste. I love my mountain climbing games.
And hate Freudian games.
Okay. And she's trying to get to like the equivalent of an Everest where everybody who tried before it has died. And it's just a fun one where you try and control each of her limbs, and you have to do super menial things like make sure you're wrapping her fingers in tape, make sure that you're composting trash to get chalk to use during your climb. And both of those are like very, very, one's very heavily sci-fi and one's very lightly sci-fi. And
Blade Runner,
I just love
the
it.
Blade Runner to
The Blade Runner
pipeline.
to 40 and pipeline is real.
Yeah, I really
you
love
need to join me.
how much Rick Deckard just wrapped his hands in that book. Chalked up.
Dude, dude's looking chalked up right now. I'm like probably about a quarter or a third way through Cairn at the moment, but I would very heavily recommend both those games.
Okay.
Super fun.
Okay.
What have you been doing, Jasha?
0 video games is what I've been doing.
No gaming.
No
Jasha
gaming.
hates gaming now.
But I've been reading as well. I've finished a lot of books this year. I think I'm going on to my 9th book in 2026, my 9th novel.
You've been doing a lot of kinging.
Yeah, I'm up to my 5th Stephen King book. I just started Night Shift last night, which was his first collection of short stories.
Oh.
And I've just read one of them, the first one called Jerusalem's Lot, which was his...
say that again.
Jerusalem's Lot?
Salem's Lot?
I don't know why we call it Salem's Lot when it should be Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot. It's just short for Jerusalem. Salem's Lot.
Can we just start doing that whenever we refer to that now?
We're only P fans would appreciate if you continue the trend. It's just Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot.
Before he wrote Salem's Lot, he wrote this as kind of like a prototype story. So
also, Salem's Lot is another story entirely.
Yeah.
That you have
This
read?
is Jerusalem's Lot. I have read Salem's Lot. This is his first take at it, and it's shorter, and it's a lot different, and it's really weird. And he goes full Lovecraft. So he's like name dropping creatures from Lovecraft books that exist in the Lovecraft universe.
Do we get a little Cthulhu mention?
No Cthulhu mention. We get a Yog-Sothoth mention.
Oh, why do I know that?
It's like
why do I
big
know that?
worm dude. But it's very interesting. It's one of the first things he wrote, and you can see it was very much influenced by Lovecraft and other creators, and he was like tying it to those worlds instead of creating something for himself. But because I'm doing this Stephen King journey that I'm sticking to and reading the books and then watching every like film or TV adaptation, there is a whole TV series about Jerusalem's Lot.
Oh, weird.
Starring Adrian Brody called Chapelwaite, which I'd never heard about in my life, but I just watched the first episode and it's really cool.
Is it recent?
Came out
2021.
2021.
Oh
I'd
my
never
God.
heard about this thing before. So I'm really like I'm finding little horror gems on the Stephen King journey.
I kind of like, because you've been doing the Drake curse of, hey, I'm doing this thing by starting at the very start and going through the entire chronology. I feel like that is how you find like some of the best.
Yeah, let's justify ourselves.
That's how you find some of the best unknown media. Like
Yeah.
the fact that we've gone through the Godzilla journey and been able to watch things like
Shinkelian the movie. Right?
No, Jasha. Like, I don't know.
Latitude
Matango and
Zero.
being able to watch like the three treasures that have become some of our favorites. I feel like Gorath. I feel like that's how you find things like Chapelwaite that you would not even know exists otherwise.
Yeah.
Because the original, not the original, Salem's Lot is a vampire story.
Yes.
Are there any vampires in Jerusalem's Lot?
There is like a hint to Nosferatu, but it's mainly about a cult and like this church leader that got into and like worshipping this underground worm and trying to summon him. And like, yeah, it's
That's
just
super
really,
cool.
it's really cool. It's really weird. It's maybe my favorite Stephen King thing that I've read yet. Jerusalem's Lot. And then along with my Stephen King journey, I've got my million other journeys, Micah. So I'm still watching sword and sorcery films. I was traveling for work last week and they had Tubi Naish Rise Up in the hotel room. So I put on a little movie called Wizards of the Lost Kingdom. Did you see my Instagram stories about this?
Yeah. Oh, this is the weird one.
I was having a lot of fun. It's this terrible...
So it is terrible.
Oh, well, I liked it. But on the outset, it's this like very cheaply made fantasy movie for kids that's ripping off Star Wars, that's ripping off everything from the time, never-ending story, like everything that's like that was big in pop culture in the late 80s.
I saw a little Yoda stand-in.
Yep. So, but I enjoyed it. It's just very stereotypical sword and sorcery with really cool creatures. So there was this blatant Wookiee ripoff, but he had white fur. And the first time you see him and he comes on screen, he is humming. He's humming the Star Wars theme, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But he's just like,
No
and
way.
I don't know if it must have been intentional, or maybe I'm just hearing things.
It's in 3/4, so they couldn't copyright strike it.
Yeah. But yeah, I had fun with that. And then Mike, I started 2 new journeys.
I've started one journey. What you do one, then I'll do one, then you finish us up.
Okay. Timothy Chalamet.
Oh yes, I've seen you jumping into this.
Hey, I'm a big Timmy fan. I am all up in the Oscar buzz at the moment. I am gunning for Timothy Chalamet to win Best Actor this year for Mighty Supreme. And I realized I've got like a handful of other films of his I'd never seen before. So I've just started ticking those off. He's in some crazy short films. I watched Call Me By Your Name finally. I watched The King, which I loved. So check out The King. And another like medieval, no sorcery, swords.
How are the accents in that?
Robert Pattinson shows up and he's playing a French prince, and he is doing something wild.
Hamming? Is he hamming?
Yeah. He's not sounding authentic. Apparently, he rejected any offer to get a dialect coach.
I am Robert Pattinson.
That is it. That is exactly the Robert Pattinson voice, and it was kind of cool, but really great. Like night, there's this big fight right after it's rained and the battlefield is covered in mud, and it's just these knights clashing up against one another, and it's one of the coolest fight scenes I think I've ever seen in a movie.
Sounds very Northman-esque.
Yeah, very Northman. But my other journey, Mike, I mean, it might be the same journey you're doing.
Please tell me, Jasha. Please tell me. You'll make me the happiest man alive.
I mean, we also started another buddy read for Wuthering Heights.
Oh, this isn't what I was expecting. I genuinely thought you said you were going to say that you've started watching The Pit.
No, was that your journey? The Pit season 2.
It started coming out. Jasha, it is the best piece of medical media that exists.
I do have your neon password. I could watch The Pit.
Please do.
Me? Because I've got a million other things I'm watching.
Ah, Jasha, you're missing out.
Noah Wild, just as good. Noah Wild?
No, Wiley. Watching Dr. Santos just being so late on her charting. I'm like, this is real life, man. Well, you won't understand.
Charting.
It's okay.
Charting and chalking. It's just fun.
This is my life. That's the name of my autobiography, Charting and Chalking.
Micah, we read, or I finished, you're midway through Wuthering Heights.
Yeah. Now, why do we do this, Jasha?
I don't really know. Wuthering Heights is having a pop culture moment at the moment with the new Emerald Fennell movie that just came out in cinemas now. Margot Robbie,
Jacob Elordi,
Charlie XCX doing the soundtrack. It's like everyone that's big at the moment.
Everything that you want a Wuthering Heights adaptation to be. Can I just say at the top of here, our family has loved Wuthering Heights pretty much the entirety of our childhood, purely because we grew up listening to the song. Is it called Wuthering Heights?
Heathcliff, it's me. I'm Kathy. I've come home. And little did I know the context is her as a ghost coming to his window.
Which happens in like the first 10% of the book. Wild.
Yeah.
But we jammed out to that song the entirety of our childhoods. And then Emerald Fennell comes along.
Yeah.
With quote unquote Wuthering Heights that I haven't seen yet.
Well, I've been having a good moment this year, right? With like movie adaptations. Like I loved reading Blade Runner.
You've been having a good moment?
Well, I had a good moment with Blade Runner.
With Charlie?
To Android's Droid. Oh, dude. I've been loving Charlie XCX this year as well. That has been a moment. But then also, I'm really excited to read Project Hail Mary before that movie comes out.
Jasha.
So I really want to get into the zone of like reading books before the movies come out. I think it's really cool.
This is what I want to do. There's a bunch of movies that I haven't seen yet, like Blade Runner, like even Dennis's Dune.
Yeah.
a lot of the Ghibli movies that I'm very intentionally reading the novels of before they come out.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like you get I don't want to say a fuller experience, but I feel like it's
a greater appreciation for.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or you're more involved.
Yeah, I feel like especially doing the Podzilla journey from start to finish with Godzilla, you end up getting into the mindset of like being very, not introspective. You're able to look really clearly at the original source material and appreciate what things the adapters chose to adapt and what things to leave behind.
Exactly.
And to be able to get into that critical mindset of like, would I have done this?
Yeah.
Do I like that they did this? And why do I or don't I like that they did this? It's a really fun place to be that I feel like you don't really get when you watch a movie first.
Yeah. And it's been interesting because I finished Wuthering Heights. I wasn't the biggest fan of the book. I get why it's a classic. It dragged on a bit for me, but I think a lot of the themes it played with were really interesting. I think Heathcliff is like an all-timer literary character.
Literally a character.
He's literally a literary character. Literary. Let's give up now. Let's stop the show.
My favorite genre is literally fiction, guys. It's literally fiction.
I loved Heathcliff. So I finished the book, was excited to see this movie. I loved Saltburn, Emerald Fennell's last movie. And me and my wife went to see it Valentine's Day, and I just wrapped up the book, which is this crazy story of revenge, of two people longing for one another, but society keeping them separated. Not just society, but their own choices and decisions keeping them separated forever. And then I knew this movie was going to be different, and I love seeing different people's adaptations for source material and people that go wildly different. But I don't know. It didn't really work for me.
What I did see, because what did you rate the movie in the end?
2 out of 5.
I loved seeing your 2 out of 5, followed by in the preceding days you watching like 5 other adaptations of Wuthering Heights.
Toho did a Wuthering Heights adaptation. Toho. There's a Japanese Wuthering Heights.
No.
And it is probably the most true to the source material. They adapt the whole book. It spans multiple generations. Heathcliff is a dude that they say is possessed by an Oni, a demon.
Oh, that's fun.
And he's a samurai slicing people up, and it's so bloody and stylized.
And you're saying that's the most true to the source material.
It was fun.
I love it.
But Emerald Fennell, I think a lot of people are really going to like it, but it is just Heathcliff and Kathy hooking up for 2 hours and having a lot of sex. And hey, I'm a fan of sex. I like sex as much as the next guy. But when it's a book that is so completely anti-sex, and the thing that's so interesting about it is two people who are longing for each other but can never be together.
The message is that like there is explicitly no like physical connection on their end whatsoever.
Yeah.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
What's up with the flesh wall?
Oh.
I need to know that before going in.
It's just a stylistic choice. When she moves in with the Lintons, the upper class family, they're like, hey, look, I've made this wall the most beautiful color in the world, the color of your skin, Kathy.
Oh, so they're aware of it. They mention it.
It's a universe. And there's things I really liked about the adaptation. I think stylistically, it's amazing. The costumes are great. Charlie XCX's score is really, really good. But I think they took away so much of what made the original text so interesting, and it was just left with something simple and kind of meaningless, at least for me. I had a good time.
I think there's something really interesting about adaptations that choose to focus on almost like hyper focus on one aspect of an original text.
Yeah.
And in doing so, kind of skew the original message of the original text. Which I don't think is always a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think there's room to be able to like almost to the point of satirizing, like hyper focus on a singular piece like that. And in this aspect, like the very hypersexual romantic tension between these two characters.
It was so funny because my wife after the movie was like, you were reading this book? And I was like, dude, they barely even like look at each other's ankles in the book. There's not even a kiss between them. Like it's very, I don't know. And I think it could have worked if they just like kept some of the character quirks that made Heathcliff interesting, but they've just stripped him of any interesting stuff in his backstory.
Name one interesting Heathcliff character quirk.
There are a lot of characters in the book that are really abusive to Heathcliff, and that really push him into being this tough man who's out for revenge and vengeance, and it becomes the way he is because of these people that have done things to him. And those characters are just removed from the book, and there's like one scene where he's not treated well at all, but it never feels like enough to. And he never becomes the Heathcliff that you know from the book. It's just a like sanitized, simpler version. And maybe I did myself a disservice for reading the book, but I feel like even if I hadn't and I'd seen this story, I would have been like, oh, it's just a bit
like that's Heathcliff.
There's nothing really there, you know?
You know what though?
It's going to make a lot of money. A lot of people are going to love it.
A lot of people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
I think there is going to be a big crowd of people who will love it.
Heck yeah.
And I think it might be a shoo-in for best costuming for 2027's Academy Awards.
Maybe. It's releasing very early in the year.
Very early in the year.
I will say as well, I've been listening to the soundtrack nonstop. Charlie XCX.
Is it all by Charlie?
I think only 2 songs are featured in the movie, but she made a whole album.
Oh.
That's like inspired by Wuthering Heights. And it's better than the movie.
Should I listen to it while reading the book?
Yeah, dude.
Old 1850s literature. I'm just having a moment.
I actually love it. Oh man, Charlie XCX. I'm a fan. Anyway, that's enough. We're never mentoring Wuthering Heights on Podzilla ever again.
No more book talk.
No more. What has become of us?
No more
last
climbing.
couple of weeks. We are talking Jason and the Argonauts today. It is going to happen. But before we get there, I want just to say a big thank you to our Odo Island patrons. Connor, who is the biggest Wuthering Heights fan in the world. Loved the movie. Connor, we need to talk about it. Frogurt, Nerkles, Michael, Rich, Jacob, Sean, Ron, Matt, JBSpino, Emma, JB Mason, and Sci-Fi Critic. Thanks so much for supporting the show as much as you guys do. If you want to get access to extended episodes, if you want to be able to nominate films, patreon.com/Podzilla. And I think after this episode, in the extended section, we're going to be talking more Oscars.
More Oscars.
Oscar the
Grouch.
Talk.
Oscar from The Office. So many.
Name 3 more Oscars.
3 more.
Yeah.
The Oscar man that is on the Oscar Academy Awards.
Oscar himself.
Is his name Oscar?
Mr. Oscar.
Mr.
Yeah.
Oscar. Oscar from Tusk Love. Critical Role.
Whoa.
What a pull.
What in the world?
I think that might be it.
We need more Oscars.
More Oscars, please.
Oh my goodness.
Can you name one more Oscar?
I don't think I can.
Is there an actor?
There must be an Oscar. Look at us.
Guys, name your children Oscar
for
the sake of the world.
Podzillapod@gmail.com. The famous Oscars. Anyway, Jason and the Argonauts, Micah. Were you happy about this pick? We've been watching a lot of trash for the show recently. Are you excited that we're watching a Greek
What
epic?
trash have we been watching?
Every single time we're watching movies lately, you're just like, ugh, underwater, Rhaegar.
You didn't love Underwater.
But you bet. I'm enjoying it. I'm like, yeah, let's
I'm
watch
enjoying.
these
I'm
movies.
enjoying. I'm enjoying the
Mikey,
journey.
your eyes are glazing over, and your letterbox is becoming half star ratings, 1 star ratings.
It's good. I need some variety. I was middling when I heard Jason and the Argonauts.
This wasn't a good pick from me. I'm failing once again.
Purely because I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
I did not know what an Argonaut was. What's an Argo? Who's Jason? In my mind, it was just like a He-Man clone, I think. But truly, like, the only thing I knew about it was that, not even that there was like a bronze giant, and I think the only thing I knew was that there was a merman.
I thought there was a Cyclops, but the Cyclops is
yeah.
a Sinbad movie, not even this one.
I think you mentioned the Cyclops. But going into it and learning that it was like Greek epic,
yeah,
very much in the same vein of movies that we've covered, like The Three Treasures, very much in the vein of movies like The Three Treasures, which we've covered in the past, and I've really enjoyed.
Yeah, it was very
Three Treasures.
The Hydra is Orochi from Three Treasures to a T. The design.
Practically, yeah. And being able to get swept up in the journey of, hey, here's this crew of humans partially trying to go on a journey that's been blessed by the gods, and then partially like very much going up and pushing against the gods'
They are
wills.
anti-gods.
And
Jason's like spitting in the faces of the gods. We'll get
literally.
into it. I was excited to watch it as well. Greek history, Greek epics are having a moment this year. We're all building towards the Odyssey in July. It's still a part of me that wants to try read the Iliad and the Odyssey before that movie comes out. But
how long is the Iliad?
They're very long. They're very long. So I don't think that's going to happen. But at least we were able to clue ourselves up on the story of Jason.
Hey. Is Jason... Oh.
Jason?
There's something we can do there.
Do you see
Jason and the...
Did you see Space Crack and Kirsty in the Discord did a Jasher and the Argonauts poster?
No, I didn't see it.
It was pretty good.
I need to look
Thanks,
it up.
Kirsty.
Do you know if Jason is based off a Greek literary character?
This is it. This is a classic
He's a proper
Greek
character.
story. Jason, the Golden Fleece, Hercules. You heard of him?
I've heard of Hercules.
Ever heard of him?
I've heard of Hercules.
Yeah.
Haven't heard of anybody else. Who was it? It was Hercules, Jason. He had a bunch of people on his crew who I've forgotten the
heaps
names
of people that just even their faces blended together for me.
Except Hercules.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to talk about Hercules. I feel like half this episode is going to be Hercules chat
talk.
because we need to talk about it. But shall I bring us in?
Yeah, give us a little synopsis, Jasha.
We're in ancient Thessaly, Micah, and things are getting crazy. Kings are getting usurped, monsters are crawling across the face of Greece, and the gods, they're using people as their playthings. One such king in this time, Peleus, receives a prophecy that he'll be one day thwarted by a one-sandaled man. And sure enough, one day a one-sandaled man doesn't thwart him, but saves him from drowning. That one-sandaled man, Jason. What a name. Iconic, epic, ancient Greek name. Jason. Peleus, now worried that Jason will usurp him or will one day try and kill him and take his throne, encourages him off on a dangerous quest to find the mythical Golden Fleece, hoping that he'll die on the journey. Jason then meets with Zeus himself and talks about this quest before he goes and rallies a group of heroes, his Argonauts, sailing on the Argo to journey for the Golden Fleece. Jason and the Argonauts face many, many perils: a giant metal man, clashing cliffs, a hydra, harpies that harass a poor old blind man, a pack of stop-motion skeletons. But eventually, with help from the goddess Hera and the priestess Medea, who completes the quest and finds the Golden Fleece? Jason and the Argonauts.
Hey, nice.
Think you
managed to shoehorn it in there? That's a pretty easy one to shoehorn, to be fair.
I was proud of it until you just said how easy it was. Okay, all right.
I appreciate you.
Jason and the Argonauts, Micah.
Man.
Just like you, I had no clue what an Argonaut was, but anything with naught on the end is so cool. I remember reading comics about the Micronauts.
The astronauts?
Dude, the astronauts.
You know what isn't given enough love?
What?
The cosmonauts.
What are the cosmonauts?
The Russian astronauts.
Oh, you're just a big fan of the yeah.
Just a huge fan of the cosmonauts.
That's a cooler name than astronaut. We should steal that. We should steal that. Why don't we just start calling them cosmonauts?
It's like, I want to be an astronaut when I grow up. I want to be a freaking cosmonaut.
Freaking cosmonaut, dude.
Or an Argonaut, maybe.
Yeah. Would you be an Argonaut?
Maybe this is the question to kick things off. Would you be an Argonaut? I don't think so. If you are a regular deckhand,
yeah,
a seaman on this ship,
oh yes,
one of the Argonauts, what are you getting out of this venture?
A quest, an epic quest.
The chance to be in one of the great tales.
No, they're finding the Golden Fleece, man. It will heal the world. It'll bring peace. It'll stop plague and famine. Would you not try and grab a piece of that, you know?
Get a piece of the fleece?
Piece of the fleece to bring back home for your people?
I could do it.
Maybe
legends. You're right. Maybe I would.
The songs that write about you. Yeah, I knew nothing about this going in. I knew nothing about the story of Jason. I did classical studies when I was a kid. Studied classical studies. Did a lot of Greek history, did a lot of Roman history. I know a lot about the Greek gods. I read like little excerpts from the Odyssey and the Iliad, never read the whole things. But I don't think I ever touched on Jason. Did a lot of Hercules work. So I was excited when he popped up.
I feel like Greek history is one of those things where you learn so much about the gods and goddesses of the time. And there's a story or two here or there about humans who managed to achieve great feats.
Yeah.
Even after watching this movie, I'm not too sure of what great feats Jason did.
Dude,
I feel just here in the name of Patroclus, Achilles, Hercules, Jason.
Yeah, it's the lamest name in the world. It's the lamest.
Sticks out like a sore thumb.
But he's a spirited guy. Like we said, he comes face to face with Zeus at the start of this thing, and he's like, "I don't need your help, dude. I don't want your ship. I'm getting my own ship. I'm getting my own men. We're going to go get this Golden Fleece without your help. But hey, Hera wants to help us out. You know what? I'll take some help from Hera."
I was so ready at the start because this whole thing with his relationship with this goddess, is that she is allowed to help him 5 times.
Yeah.
Because that's how many times his mother ended up praying to her when he was a child.
It's a good plot device.
It's an amazing plot device.
Limited like genie wishes. Like
I was so ready for like him to spread these wishes throughout the movie when he's in like moments of dire peril, when he's staring down the Hydra to like wish for a flaming sword or
and they're
something
not
of
wishes.
the like.
They're specifically he's allowed to ask 5 questions. It's like you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's like 5 questions to Hera, and she will answer them.
It's like
honestly.
What's that spell?
Yeah, speak with dead.
Honor Among Thieves movie that they use.
Yeah.
One of those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And you hear that and you're like, okay, he can't ask for a flaming sword, but he can ask for some amazing amazing answers to any questions in the world.
Yeah.
And the unintentional, incredibly hilarious bit of him wasting every single one of these questions on the most useless knowledge.
The first 10 minutes.
Because I don't think I can remember all the things that he asks for.
Well, the very first one of their trials is they go to this island and there's a giant statue of a man called Talos. And I remember that by that point, the first trial, he used up his last question. And
it's just afterwards when they can't find one of the men's name and Hercules gets left there that they ask for their final.
And he's like,
final question.
Do we head off without Hercules? Like, dude, just head off without Hercules. These Argonauts were doomed from the start because he does all these, like, he puts on like mini Olympics. All these dudes are rolling around in the sand, and he's going and getting the greatest heroes in Greece to join his team. He's like, yeah, we'll take you. The best part is Hercules shows up. He doesn't even need a tryout. Hercules has a spot already. He's going to be the best of all these heroes. Hercules, you're on the team.
He's got the best beard.
The look of Hercules.
He's whatever you think Hercules is going to look like in this movie is not what he looks like here.
The whites in his hair.
He's like
such an interesting character.
40s, 50s year old man with like a curled beard. And he's not even that muscly.
Yeah, noticeably way older than everyone else. Noticeably way dumber than everyone else.
Yeah. Who's the other person that comes along immediately after him? Who challenges him to a game?
Yeah. I think, is he the guy that becomes he ends up staging a mutiny?
Oh.
Acastus?
It might be Acastus.
Yeah.
This fresh-faced late 20s, early 30s man comes along with his little satchel at his side, sandals on his feet, and just a look of brightness on his face, eager to see the world. He comes and sees Hercules, and his whole thing is he doesn't need strength. He can use his brain to do just as well in any challenge that they pose.
They do a little discus?
So Hercules poses a game of discus. He says, hey, Acastus, if you can throw your discus to that island over there, you can come and be one of the Argonauts. Doesn't even mention this to Jason. This is a little side pop.
Yeah.
And Hercules throws his discus using his immense strength and manages to hit the island with his discus. Incredible. Crazy feat.
Island has never been hit with a discus before.
It's an incredibly far way away from the island.
Yeah.
And the Castus looks up and I'm like, oh, dude, how's this dude gonna
the record,
bend this bargain?
For now and for the rest of the episode, we're going to say characters' names like a Castus. I'm only 2% sure that is the character we're talking about because everyone blended together.
I'm so ready for a Castus to be like, yes, now the way I get to this discus to the island or past it is by swimming to the island myself and then dropping the discus on it and I will have found a way to win
use
the game.
your brain.
Instead, he throws it basically just as far as Hercules, but skims it on the water once or twice.
He trick shots.
But the thing is, Hercules is like the strongest man alive, and Acastus has never thrown a discus before, and even still he's able to do it just as far. It blows my mind. He doesn't use his brain at all. He just knows that he can skim it on the water.
The Argonauts are the dumbest men on the face of the planet, not even all of Greece, because they head on their journey, which is to the ends of the earth, to find the golden fleece. They're going to be free. They're just gone for months, maybe even years. And they only brought enough water for 5 days. Because the first thing is they need to stop for water. And I believe that's why they stop at a little island with the Talos statue was, we're run out of water. 5 days on our journey to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
And hey, we're ready to give up. And I feel like the men are already been like, hey, let's just go back. They've got no skin in the game. They do not want to risk it all for the golden fleece.
I'm like, surely you have a weatherman on board as well, because if it starts raining, you've got water.
Hey.
They just chose literally the worst time of the year to go out and sit on a bencher. And then there's just so many other things as well, like the fact that the shipwright ends up making the ship for them.
Oh.
And the big thing about the Argo,
can we talk about the
name of the ship, is the figurehead. They end up making the figurehead. It's supposed to be something incredible that watches out over the waves for them when they plow through the ocean on their journey. He ends up making the figurehead Hera, which is fine. Makes it at the stern of the boat, not the bow, so it's at the back.
Yeah.
And then 3, it's turned towards the ship.
It's watching over them on deck.
And I don't know, it just looks like...
And that's who Jason's talking to when he's asking these questions, is Hera wakes up and the eyes of the figurehead open. And it's reminding me of the lonely goat herd from Sound of Music. Like that one lady in the lonely goat herd song that's like, you know?
I know the one. I know the one.
It's like, that's exactly the eyes that she's doing.
It reminds me of the alien from the abyss.
What?
Just staring towards
the pseudopod head coming out. I did appreciate, and I didn't know what they were going to do with it, but I love how they just take it all literally. Like, the gods are here. And we're cutting to scenes of the gods watching above.
Playing chess with, the Argo ship itself on a little battle map.
Yeah. And Jason is, talking to a random dude that turns out the guy's Hermes, and Hermes, grows huge. And I love how ingrained the gods are here, which is why I don't understand why Jason is so anti-god. Because surely... he's taken to see the gods. Does he just think they're useless? Because
he has a little moment where Hera literally brings him as a little man up to meet Zeus in heaven, put him on the little playing board.
Hey, Mount Olympus, please.
Oh, sorry, Mount Olympus. But then maybe it's a whole thing of he believes in the gods, but they're all just stupid and out for their own little vices, which is kind of true.
I am if they can do whatever they want, and they're willing to just give him ships and give him questions, why don't they just pluck the golden fleece and just... Why do they...
For the sport.
Dude, why don't they just save the world?
I think Zeus at the start captures it perfectly when Hera's like, let me guide Jason on this quest. And Zeus is like, no, women aren't allowed to interfere with... This is my duty, Hera. Women aren't allowed to interfere with the things of mere mortals.
The Zeus Hera back and forth. Because at the very start, I forget, but the conflict at the start is a follower of Zeus like kills a follower of Hera, and then Hera, we cut to Mount Olympus, and Hera's just like sidling up to Zeus, and she's like, "Oh, one of your followers killed one of mine, and just defaced my temple. That wouldn't have been on your orders, would it have been?" I love these like politics of the gods and people saying they're working, like mortals saying that they are doing the will of the gods. And then I love cutting to the gods and they're just completely unaware of what their followers
Zeus
are
has
doing.
been like, hey, I told him this prophecy. I did not order him to do anything. I love a movie that is entirely the politics between the gods. And I'm sure that there is a piece of media out there. Yeah. P fans, please let me know if I need to watch, if there's anything I can watch that emanates this. I feel like this is very like Good Omens, even though I haven't seen any of that show.
Yeah.
It's just so funny, the things that happen between the gods and all of them. One of my favorite little interactions of the gods is whenever Jason is talking to Hera when he's on the Argo, he ends up sidling up to this figurehead at the back of the boat. Mm-hmm. He ends up like looking around him, back him to make sure no one's watching, and then whispering to Hera. And whenever she speaks, the figurehead starts blinking her eyes, and you're like, oh, yep. Jason has got the power to see the figurehead blinking because he's got a special connection with the gods. You get it. And then later on, at his fifth and final wish, he ends up talking to the figurehead. And then and only then does everybody else see that this thing is actually like a living figurehead.
Yeah, if you're just an Argonaut and there's this huge, massive, scary face of Hera staring at you, what are you thinking?
Have we talked about the cows of Veggie Twins?
Yeah, we have. We've for sure. Yeah, we've definitely talked about
There's this little like veggie market close to our town, and
Big Fresh or Veggie Twins, both.
One of those two. And it was a little like very small warehouse, but when you're a kid, it seems ginormous. And on the far wall, when you walk in, there is a giant like animatronic cow head framed on like a trophy mantle, kind of like you'd see like, I don't know, a lion head posed on.
It's the figurehead
of Hera
movie. It's the figurehead of Hera up there.
And there was a button hidden around the corner there that you could press it and it would make the cow moo. And Jason did that so many times, and I actually got traumatized from going in that store.
That's what I'll be doing on the Argo with you as well.
You'd be whispering sweet nothings to Hera.
Please just open your eyes. Hera, can you just look at Micah? He's that dude over there swabbing the dicks.
All that to say, I feel like if I were a worker on the Argo, I wouldn't leave 5 seconds without staring at this thing for fear that it's going to somehow possess my soul.
Sleeping on the decks in your hammock and you in the middle of the night, you just open your eyes and this thing's just looking at you.
It's terrifying.
We make an analog horror about the figurehead of Hera from Jason and the Argonauts.
Oh my gosh. You could just do it about things in this movie entirely. I feel like there's something about Hercules that his look with like missing eyes in his sockets would lend itself so well to analog horror.
Hercules was my favorite bit of this movie because he is an absolute idiot. He is the biggest, like, he shows up, gets a free space on the Argonauts, doesn't even need to try out because he's such a mythic hero, mythic demigod.
Someone else does a better job at discus than him, and he still manages to weasel his way onto the ship.
Then he's the first one when they need to stop for water on this island to like head out there. He tries to tackle a goat, and then he just trips up, hits his head, gets a face full of sand, absolutely fails at killing a goat. Then they find a mythic treasure trove.
It's not even that. It's when Jason on the ship, he says, guys, we're going to stop here. But the only things you can take from the island are food and water. Everybody who is an Argonaut, raise your hand. None of you are allowed to take anything else from the island. Hercules hears this. He nods. He understands.
First chance he gets when they find a mythical forbidden treasure trove filled with the gods' treasures, filled with jewels and like heaps and heaps of stuff, huge pearls.
It's a Last Crusade Holy Grail situation,
and he finds a brooch pin, like just this huge pin, and out of everything in the treasure trove, that's what he takes, and he leaves knowing he shouldn't take it. Like, why didn't he take something cooler than a brooch pin?
Look, if you're gonna usurp Jason, at least take more than a brooch pin.
And then he ends up
spearheads as well.
He ends up getting half the Argonauts killed because the big statue of Talos, the giant metal man, he's incredible. And it's the first bit of stop motion we see, comes to life and just starts killing all these Argonauts on the beach in a really cool sequence. And it's all Hercules' fault. And at the end of it, Hercules leaves. This is the first stop on the journey. And I love how it's just like, Hercules, yeah, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go. I had a friend here. I think he died to Talos, but
I have to find him before we head off again.
I have to find him. And then here is just like, well, you're never going to see him again. Zeus has other plans for him. It's like alluding to the other stuff Hercules does in Greek history, but he just shows up, nearly gets everyone killed, and then leaves in the first like half an hour.
Not even leaves, is deserted by the entirety of the main cast. And I just love, like, my headcanon, which is supported by this movie, is that he is just an incredible loser who goes on to all these amazing feats, but there's just this huge pocket of humans out there who just not even loathes Hercules, but just thinks he's an idiot.
They know what he's really like. I love stupid Hercules.
You knew Hercules when he tamed the 3-headed dog Cerberus. I knew him when he failed to tackle a goat.
yeah. I know him when he risked all our lives for a pin. What do you think of Talos?
Talos is crazy cool. When they first go to that little temple with all the great treasures of the gods, you see the sight of a bunch of these giant bronze statues in different poses all across this island.
Yeah.
And the reveal that one of them comes to life and is not only looks cool, but just is a really crazy good, first off. But then a very extended sequence of stop motion. There are quite a few bits of stop motion in this movie, and all of them surprised me by being like 5 times longer than I thought any of them were going to be.
Yeah, and just the techniques they employ, even from the first time, and I love it, when Hercules is leaving the treasure room and you see Talos behind him, and it like has a close-up of Talos's face just turn and look at him. And there are a few close-up shots of the model that are just super, super detailed, like unbelievably clear in the copy that I was watching. And just techniques, I still don't know how they did it. There's like a hole in the rock on the beach, and there's a segment when Talos is reaching a hand through it, or there's a close-up on his foot and the foot's moving, and it almost looks like it's a real foot or like a costume. But it has to be stop motion or a big prop. It was just blowing my mind how great this looked for, 1963?
Yeah, it's really cool. And even after seeing things like The Beast from 10,000 Fathoms, 20,000?
Yeah,
20,000
I think it's 20,000.
And the original King Kong movies, I think I still in my mind had the expectation that these things were going to look very action figure-y. And like you'd be able to see all the articulated joints and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But it looks incredibly good.
What about that part when the Argonauts all go jump back on their ship and they're trying to sail away and Talos disappears for a few seconds. Then you see him walking out and stepping across the water to block their path. And then he interacts with the boat and picks it up and it switches to like model boat. But it looks seamless.
It's really cool. And especially knowing that we're watching it on quite high def screens. At the time, it would have been very blurry as old media would have been.
I don't think it would have.
Well, maybe not necessarily blurry, but low quality enough that it would have looked absolutely realistic at the time.
Harryhausen.
I love the way that they end up defeating him as well.
Because this is ridiculous.
Jason asks Hera, how the heck am I going to beat this thing? And she says, hey, use your noggin. But also, since you're not being able to use your noggin enough, look at his ankle.
Why in the world does this huge statue have a little drain plug on his heel? This is straight up video game boss.
It really is.
I've been playing Dragon's Dogma, and there is a golem boss where bits are protruding from him and they light up, and that's the area that you need to hit to kill him. And this is just exactly that. As soon as they mention it, you just cannot help but see his big heel. Surely the Argonauts are smart enough to see that.
Well, I just love the fact that Jason didn't wait 5 seconds before being like, "Mom, I can't do this here."
He didn't even try and fight it.
It's great. I love that when he starts interacting with the heel as well.
Yeah.
Talos just stops.
Yeah.
Gets stuck in like a pause animation.
Talos, pick up the cork and put it back in.
Just
plug up the hole.
Kick backwards.
Yeah.
If you know that someone's unscrewing your weak spot on your heel, stop them, maybe. It's great. I love the Talos sequence.
It was great. I love his lifeless little eye holes. I thought the monologue fantastic.
The lava animation as it's draining from his ankle. There's a lot of cool stuff.
The ichor draining from him.
How do they end up escaping him?
Well, maybe they do that, and then he cracks and falls to the ground, and then
he reappears.
Talos. He cracks to pieces
In the ocean after they've picked him up. After he's picked them up.
Oh, that happens. He's picked them up. And then I believe he goes back to the beach.
And then they go back to the land.
Yeah, they go back to the land.
I'm getting admit, Jasha, I did get a little bit snoozy during this movie.
Micah. What do you think of the harpies?
This is when I felt snoozy.
we meet a new character.
I dozed off and I woke up and there was a dude eating a feast.
There's a blind man. I'm trying to look for his name. Something with a P.
We at Podzilla do our research.
Something with a P. He had a name starting with a P. Phineas?
Yes. Yeah.
He was gifted with foresight from the gods, but he misused it and then was struck blind. And the gods have now made every day of his a torturous existence when any food he tries to eat is just attacked and taken by harpies.
Which...
Dude is just sitting down for a nice meal and he never gets to eat it.
So I'm listening to a Greek retelling of a book, Circe, at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm consuming a lot of Greek media right now. A lot of Greek media. But it harkens back to the story of Prometheus, the dude who is able to see into the future, has incredible foresight, and then is punished by the gods to every morning be attacked by vultures that eat his liver.
Oh.
It's just the same story, but they didn't want to be too gruesome, so they eat his feast.
So maybe it's a Greek thing. It's a Greek classic. They had to put it in there somehow. Someone had to be cursed, struck blind.
That's one of the classic Greek punishments. A motif, if you will.
And there's this funny sequence when they want this guy's help, but he tells them that they need it. The Argonauts have to help him kill the harpies first so he can have a meal. And then the Argonauts fashion a giant net.
Great sequence. They end up laying this huge net around old-timey Stonehenge.
Yeah. And then it's ridiculous because the Argonauts on top of the net, on top of the big ruin that they've put the net over, they are just stabbing and hitting at the net for the whole sequence, and the harpies are not even near it. Again, these Argonauts are just incompetent.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure... Actually, don't quote me on this. I want to say that a lot of the actual people interacting with what's going to be the stop-motion figures was filmed a year in advance.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And a lot of it does connect up. I thought the harpies looked cool.
The harpies look scary.
Get a purple harpy and a blue harpy.
I was
cackling away.
I was getting traumatized by these things.
Yeah.
Ray Harryhausen and the cow from VG Twins are going to be the two people that I meet in purgatory and decide my fate. I'm going to see them at the entrance to hell.
It's going to be the cow remade by Ray Harryhausen. You're entering to the afterlife after. I felt for this poor dude, this poor old blind man, who's not only his food gets eaten, but his table gets broken. Every breakfast, lunch, and dinner, this guy's having to rebuild the table.
How does he get the food?
Are the gods
Is it just like
giving him food?
magically he has? Because surely he can just like before the harpies come, whip a little pear away.
I do.
Snag some cheese before the harpies get you.
Nah, impossible.
Rebuilding table every day.
How does he do it?
I think that's the sorcery we need to be talking about.
Yeah. That is pure sorcery.
They end up trapping the harpies. They
Yep.
have to now be punished by watching him eat his feast every single day, which he got the great end of the deal there.
Yeah.
Every day a new feast.
Yep.
Stays
That's great.
blind, but they say that if you lose one sense, all the others are heightened. So he's having like the most majestic breakfast every day.
Yeah. And then they need to eventually go to the Clashing Cliffs.
This is where we meet Merman.
Dude, those cliffs were clashing. They were those rocks, and they see like another ship going through the cliffs that just gets decimated, broken apart. And then he got Jason had, and I can't remember who gave it to him, but Jason had maybe the blind man gave it to him, but Jason had like a little carving of Neptune around his neck.
Oh, I don't know how he got that.
And
I've forgotten
chucks
this.
it into the water. And then at the same time he chucks it into the water, we cut to Mount Olympus, and Hera brings out a big Neptune token and puts it on the
On the board
chessboard.
game.
And then this old shirtless man pops out of the water and stops the cliffs from clashing.
Looks a lot like Hercules, actually.
Why are all these really like mythical, powerful men just old and fat and dressed in diapers?
I didn't think he was that fat.
They're old.
Was he in a diaper?
Give me a young hip Neptune. I want Emerald Fennell to give me some.
Give us the Jason of the Argonauts treatment.
A sexy Neptune with some Charlie XCX playing. You know?
I do love that the Argonauts attire is just like tunic with no visible pants that cuts off like a centimeter below the crotch line.
We need to bring skimpy tunics back. Again, maybe this is
little slutty Argonaut tunic.
Maybe
That's me for Halloween this year.
Emerald Fennell could do a Jason and the Argonauts.
What's up after the Clashing Cliffs?
Clashing Cliffs. They
lose half the Argonauts.
Yeah, a lot of the Argonauts die. They meet a survivor from the other ship, which turns out to be Medea.
Our Catherine, if you will. Our Kathy.
Oh, Kathy.
The Kathy to Jason's Heathcliff.
And I feel like we've just been talking through this whole movie, but Kathy is a priest. I'm calling her Kathy. Medea. Kathy. She's a priestess. She is a priestess, Micah, to King Aeetes.
Ooh.
The keeper of the Golden Fleece.
We've all heard of King Aeetes before.
But the interesting thing is Medea is high priestess to Hecate, another god. And we see like an altar, and we get a big dance sequence when they're welcomed into the king's abode.
It's a very infantile welcome.
It is very infantile, and it brought me back. But Hecate is the god of evil. The god of necromancy, the god of witchcraft.
And they explicitly state this as well. We know that he is the god of evil.
The god of magic, so there's our sorcery.
Oh.
But
dude, get me hooked up with the god of magic.
Medea's like the nicest chick in the world. And she's like wanting to help. She's like heartthrob wanting to help Jason out. Why is she willingly being the priestess of Hecate?
Do you think it's just that she grew up on this island and like when the god that you worship is called the god of evil, you kind of grow up thinking that evil is good,
Yeah. But then Jason and the Argonauts are surprised when they're betrayed by the people who worship the god of evil. And they're surprised when they get attacked by skeletons from the guy who worships the god of necromancy.
Man, all I can say is if only he asked Hera one question, just to ask if he could trust these guys.
Hey, should we trust the king?
Should we trust the god of evil?
Why is the mythical golden fleece just hanging on a tree branch?
Yeah, this is where the movie, like this acts as like a final third act to the movie is when they're on this island, and it's just full of a lot of weird stuff. there's the initial dance sequence. We've got the whole Hydra fight with the golden fleece, which is super cool.
Yeah,
super cool.
Oh.
But I thought the Golden Fleece was going to be like, I don't know. In my mind, it's always just been like what would you call it? What's the thing you call to wash the dishes? Like the little tinsel scrubber.
Steel wool?
I think...
You thought the Golden Fleece would be steel wool?
I thought it was just golden steel wool in my mind.
So like scrape someone's skin to heal them.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, Hecate seems to... We see the like altar and the Hecate's got sheep heads. Like a lion head? Sheep heads? So is this like
I was fully zonked out for the sequence. You could say anything. You could say anything here and I'll believe you.
Well, I don't know. I mean, again, I did classical studies, have no clue what I'm talking about. I need to look into the Golden Fleece, but are we to believe...
I love how you say you did classical studies. You were probably like 15 years old.
Yeah, this was more than 12 years ago. Is the Golden Fleece Hecate's fleece?
I don't know.
Who knows? Why do they have the Golden Fleece, but then they are...
Why is the Golden Fleece on a cow in a tree?
Protected by a hydra.
I don't know. In Greek mythology, the Golden Fleece is the magical gold head fleece of a winged ram, Chrysomelos.
Okay, so not Hecate.
Sought by Jason and the Argonauts.
Who's Chrysomelos? The first...
That's the ram.
The first son of Hecate.
Man, I need to read up on my Greek literature.
You need to get to the Greek, man.
Get to the Greek. This looks wild.
I love the Hydra fight.
But a man armed with a shield and a sword.
Yeah, I didn't love the Hydra fight. I love the Hydra. It really reminded me of Three Treasures Orochi, just with the one like conjoined tail, all the heads. He's killed by a single stab wound.
Yeah.
He's got so many heads, but he doesn't actually connect with Jason at all with any of his jaws.
To be fair, incredible job for choreographing. Choreographing. There we go. Choreographing a fight that you then have to plan how to do everything for.
And the cuts from real Jason to like stop motion Jason caught in this thing's tail, or real Acastus and then Acastus stuck in the tail. It was very, very impressive.
Okay, and even to this day, the scenes where he swaps himself out for like a little miniature Jason being held in the tail still looks amazing. I was taken away.
But my favorite part of the whole movie, apart from Hercules, I think the most impressive sequence is the one everyone knows, the final 5 minutes where the King Aetes takes the Hydra teeth and turns them into skeleton warriors.
In what is maybe my favorite sequence from the movie, when he says, haha, Jason and Medea, stop there. Everybody knows that the Hydra teeth turn into something crazy.
Everyone knows.
He sows them like a sower sows seeds on the ground. And everybody stays there for a minute.
Watches as
Jason does not move. Jason just watches. He has the Golden Fleece in hand with the evil wizard waiting on the other side of a little gulch. And
it's worth waiting for. If I saw these skeletons, I saw stop motion skeletons, do you see the dirt like cracking?
Yeah, which is great. But they wait literally a minute, and Jason and Medea could have been on the ship.
Did you get a chance to see a skeleton? Bro,
the skeletons look great.
Fantastic. I love just their design, the different monster heads on their shields, and it looks so great. And this is when I'm just amazed by how well choreographed and timed it is, because every fight, it looks like they're connecting with the people. And it looks like they're dodging, the people are dodging them exactly, and like they're hitting the shields, and it blows my mind to think, Harryhausen and the team did this in the 60s.
Not even that. What was impressive for me is the fact that they are able to quite seamlessly, I forget the word for it, but overlay and make it seem like the humans are standing on the same ground and in the same place as a lot of these monsters all the time.
And I expected them to be slow, like the skeletons to be slow stop motion.
They're speedy.
It was like a fake out, because they start slowly walking towards the Argonauts, and then one of them does this horrific scream, and then they just start running.
They turn into like Scooby-Doo chase sequence monsters.
It's really fast paced and just, again, so impressive. I think, this is going to be like the most memorable bit of the movie for me.
That's great.
But then I think the ending of the whole film sucks.
It wraps up incredibly quickly because how does he escape?
They
He ends
don't
up
even
luring the
fight.
skeletons to the edge of a cliff,
Yeah.
jumps off, and then an amazing shot of, I want to say it's a miniature being thrown off a cliff just with a bag of bones.
Yes. Yeah,
As you see them all come apart in the air.
And then we get no wrap up to King Aetes or Castus, or like Jason just jumps into the water and then we assume that he and his Argonauts
Are back on the boat.
won the day. Everything's cool with Zeus. They save all of Greece with the golden fleece.
What's the final line? I want to say that Zeus says something like, Jason, my task with you is not yet done. There's more to do with the fleece.
Yeah.
In movie, Finn.
Cliffhanger, Jason's not finished. I think Jason is finished. There's probably a million more Jason stories, but...
You know what's funny? I watched this on your Apple TV account because you've got an amazing library.
Oh, thanks.
Immediately after this movie on the list is, what is it? Jason Returns?
One of the Friday the 13th
I think it's one of the
Jason X?
It's one of them. It's one of those movies. And I was so ready to be like, oh yeah, on to the next one. Jason Returns. Let's go. Thank you, Zeus.
Jason Goes to Hell.
I think it was Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah.
It's immediately up next.
Yo, what a story.
Dude, get ready
Zeus
for Hades.
sending him to Hades.
Super fun movie though.
Yeah, I'm glad we watched it. Do you have any trivia, Micah?
I can literally read out some from IMDb if you want to take
No,
a journey with me.
let's skip it. We'll just chalk this another win for another
one for Mike AI.
Mike AI.
Probably the most important one
Yeah.
is during the clashing cliff scene, Jason.
Oh, man.
When they were filming
Just think what Emerald Fennell could do with the clashing cliffs.
Clashing Cliffs and Wuthering Heights end up like living the same space of my mind. Wuthering Heights is on top of the cliff.
Yes.
The Clashing Cliffs.
Yeah, man.
They ended up while filming footage of the Argo. Another little ship famously sailed behind them. A replica of Sir Francis Drake's Golden Hind.
No way. Is that in this movie?
Not in this movie because famously producer Charles H. Schneer, amazing name, Charles
Schneer.
H. Schneer,
Mr. Schneer.
shouted, "Get that ship out of here, you're in the wrong century." And they went back to filming. But what are the chances?
Wait, whoa. So, in real life, the ship
In real life, someone
was sailing Sir Francis
I wish I
Drake's
knew more
ship
about this. Was
What are you
sailing
talking
a
about?
replica of Sir Francis's ship, the Golden Hind.
across the film set?
And I don't even know how that happens.
Sir Francis Drake went through a time portal and appeared in the Jason and the
Yeah,
Argonauts
I
filming.
choose to believe that it is the real Sir Francis Drake.
Is this confirmed?
I
Is
need
this
a movie
Mike
to be
AI,
made about
Google
this.
AI?
I
What
need
is
a movie
this?
to be made about this interaction. Time traveling Sir Francis Drake.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
Nice.
I don't think there's much more.
Okay. Great trivia segment, Micah. One for the ages. One mythic.
Mythic, just like the mythic adventure of Jason and the Argonauts.
What do you think of the movie, Micah? Do you have some popcorn notes? Do you have a rating for us, Jason and the Argonauts?
Little rating. I'm going to say that if Hercules has just thrown his discus on the island.
No, remember we're doing simple ratings.
Yeah, simple ratings.
Okay,
That's what I said.
Okay.
Jason's thrown his discus to the island.
Jason is.
Hercules. Hercules.
Hercules.
has just thrown his discus to the island.
Okay.
I'm gearing up. My discus is thrown from my hand, loosed, and it hits the water once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 skims before it hits the island.
4 discus skims out of 5 for Jason and the Argonauts.
I enjoyed this a lot.
Even though he slipped halfway through it, it's still... wow.
Yeah, I think there's something about this era of movies, and again, it holds the same space as like The Three Treasures does, of these people who just set out to make this incredible feat based on an amazing legend. And regardless of how a lot of it ends up, regardless of how old Hercules looks or how fat, it's getting to that time of night. The names are escaping
Triton?
me. Triton is when he comes out from the water, or regardless of how short the tunics are.
That fat.
It just still ends up blowing my mind that these people got together for potentially years and ended up creating what is like a real, even to this day, technologically impressive piece of media. Every single time one of those sequences came on screen with the stop motion, whether it be Talos the Bronze Giant, the Harpies, the Hydra, the Skeletons, each of them just blew my mind at what they were able to do in the 60s of all decades. And then apart from that, it's still like, even though the quality dips a lot of the time, and even though sequences are quite stupid, like Jason wasting every single one of his questions to Hera.
It's like, it's funny. It's unintentionally funny.
It's unintentionally funny.
Like
but
the Hercules stuff, unintentionally super funny.
But it still feels like the true epic of Jason and the Argonauts to me now. I really want to find a way to read the original story, whether that's in the Odyssey or the Iliad. I don't know.
I think it's a separate book.
It's probably a separate book, a separate history. But until that happens, this is still going to live in my mind as the true epic of Jason, which, I don't know, it just feels really special to me. I really love watching adaptations of these super old legends.
The epic of Jason.
The epic of Jason, who then goes to hell and returns.
Who's your favorite, like, fictional character? Jason.
Cool dude. It's like, oh, dude from Friday the 13th. Incredible pick. Yeah.
Man, I'm blown away that you enjoyed it that much.
That's super fun.
I'm just going through my notes. Loved that he was the one-sandaled man in the prophecy. I was like, how is this going to work out? This guy with a one sandal. You're going to be killed by a one-sandaled man.
And even just the fake out then of like fully expecting Jason to go on his journey and then face this dude.
It just doesn't even come back to it.
And the first interaction they have is him saving him from the water.
Yeah. I love the vibes. Again, at the start, we get that dude who's destined to die to the one-sandaled man.
I love how we don't remember his name.
Can't even remember it. But he's going and consulting like a soothsayer. And the soothsayer is coating his hands in like this holy ash and like looking at his ash-covered palm to kind of foretell what's going to happen. I just love that kind of stuff.
Whatever this dude's name is, he puts his sword down, says, I'm going to go on this quest without any weapons. And
Peleus.
The Helios?
Peleus.
Oh,
one of those.
You said 4 names which all sound correct. Peleus. He puts his weapon down and says, I can go on this adventure without any weapons of man. And then the soothsayer says, you're going to inherit this kingdom and then Zeus is going to take it from you. And then Peleus just slowly picks up the sword again.
Again, just really unintentionally funny. Or maybe intentionally. Who knows? I love the skimpy tunics. I love the big diapers. Hercules. He's got a quote about if he sees woman on the island, and he goes, hey, if I meet a girl with a firm leg, a full bosom, and a warm heart, no man's going to be able to stop me.
Except for the man who throws his discus on the water.
Yeah.
Couple skims and Hercules is out.
Hercules. Harryhausen the goat. Give me young hot gods, please.
I'm just thinking about Hercules, and in my mind, doesn't he end up as like a Solomon or like a Samson character where he honestly is in the end just a kind of dumb, stupid dude who likes women?
The thing is...
bow-legged women.
I think so, but the thing is, I think he's... Because and again, this is me way... Because I studied Hercules.
13-year-old Jasha.
But there's like a quest he does when he faces off against a lion. And in this, you saw him having...
Samson?
No, Hercules. And in this, you see Hercules with the lion skin over his shoulder. So maybe he's already done all his famous quests. This is like...
Maybe he's tamed Cerberus already.
Maybe.
And this is just his final swan song.
Was that the fight against Talos that he caused to happen? I'm bouncing my discus 3.5 times across the water. I really enjoyed this. Again, the stop motion effects, incredible. Just love the setting. Love how mythic it is. It's a great word, mythic and epic. I thought the main guy who was playing Jason wasn't that great.
He's like the most fresh-faced, bearded man I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's strange, off-putting.
Incredibly full beard, but just seems young in nature.
Yes. I didn't really get behind the romance. I thought the plot was just, but yeah, it didn't really fit together, but the pieces, that's those skeletons.
Ooh.
Dude. Anyway, I'm glad we watched this.
I'm super glad we watched this.
I'm stoked we watched it. We got a couple of messages. We got a message and a letterboxd review.
Ooh.
If you want to write into the show, you can write into us. You can record a voice memo and send it in to us. You can do a letterboxd review, tag it Podzilla. We will read them, play them all on the show. podzillapod@gmail.com. We have a letterboxd review from Clarence. Clarence says, "Forget the fleece. Jason needs a pedicure. Hercules is such a frat bro. Amazing wig and beard work, derogatory. Impressive effects for the time, but I don't know if it would be my first choice if I was jonesying for something in this genre. The one scene I know of beforehand came almost at the very end, so that was a surprise. Medea, call me. 3 out of 5.
So fair. Hey, Medea? There's a sequence where we see her on the ship and she's looking nice. She's fine. And then she ends up appearing at the dance and she's in like this full gold makeup equivalent to like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz.
They don't even recognize her.
I didn't recognize her.
Sensual Hecate dancing. Real head priestess stuff.
Real head. Giving real head priestess vibes.
And then Connor wrote in and said, does this film not make you yearn for a simpler time when men could simply throw on a loincloth and sail out to sea with all their friends without a care in the world?
Dude, I wish for it every day.
3.5 out of 5 from Connor.
I think, Connor, you're really heading at the heart of what all mankind wants.
Without a care in the world, not even carrying enough food or water for 5 days.
I just want to throw on a loincloth and not care about how much water I pack for a nice voyage.
Whoa, the dream.
Mates, Connor, hit me up.
Mike is gathering his Argonauts.
I've got some free time around summer.
Mike is gathering together the Myconauts.
Oh.
Myconauts? The Zillanauts? The Peanauts?
Not the peanuts.
Let's get together. Not the peanuts. Next episode is your pick, Micah. We are... Dude, going from ancient Greek epic to a more artsy modern take on an Arthurian legend.
I love it. We've gone like on all aspects of the sorcery and sandals here.
Yeah, back to Arthur though. We did Arthur with Monty Python.
Arthur satire, no Arthur drama.
Yeah, Arthur drama, dramatic Arthur with the Green Knight. Love the Green Knight. Dev Patel, Joel Edgerton. I'm excited to rewatch this. I'm excited for you to finally see it. Barry Keoghan.
I know next to nothing about it. Except, was Dev Patel in Monkey Man?
Yeah.
Was that him?
Oh,
yeah, my bro.
Monkey Man. The synopsis for The Green Knight is an epic fantasy adventure based on the timeless Arthurian legend. The Green Knight tells the story of Sir Gawain, King Arthur's reckless and headstrong nephew, who embarks on a daring quest to confront the Green Knight, a gigantic emerald-skinned monster and tester of men.
Insane. I'm so looking forward to this one.
You ready to meet the Green Knight? And then Micah,
I always got this mixed up with Green Book. I was looking through the cast list.
Let's do
like,
Green
where's
Book.
Viggo Mortensen?
Let's do Green Book. Let's do the Green Inferno.
Let's do all three of those.
Zone.
Can our next theme be the green?
Let's do green fried tomatoes.
What?
Yeah, we could do a green theme. Green room?
What's green fried tomatoes?
I don't know. Coming of age.
It's my favorite dinner.
Yeah, coming of age. Some woman living together and cooking, I think.
Ah, the dream.
The dream. And then after the Green Knight, we are doing our Patreon nominated movie, Micah, and I've got the nominations here.
Yeah.
So if you are an Infant Island or an Odo Island patron, you can put your vote towards one of these movies, and it could potentially be the one that we cover after The Green Knight. Here we go. JBSpino, who is the reigning champ, who has got all his nominations picked, has put forth Army of Darkness.
Oh, that is...
Famously Jasha's favorite movie of all time. Army of Darkness. Nigel has put forward the 1981 Clash of the Titans, another Ray Harryhausen Greek classic, Micah. Following on from this.
Incredible
pick. Frogurt, and I'm going to need your insight on this one, put forward Enchanted.
Oh, 2007 Disney?
Yep.
Now,
there are swords.
Classically has...
James Marsden has a rapier.
Amy Adams. I would say there's swords. I would say there's sorcery.
Witch. She turns into a dragon?
Yeah, there's absolutely sorcery. Is there sandals?
Well, I mean, you could just... should we say at least 2 of the 4?
And
I mean, everything has stuff in it, so at least 3 of the 3. 2 of the 3.
3 of the 4?
Yeah, at least 3 of the 4. At least 3 of the 4.
Looks better on the spreadsheet.
Matt put forward Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh,
this could be it.
Oh,
this could be it. This could be it. Rich put forward Masters of the Universe from 1987. He-Man.
Nice. Very culturally relevant right now.
Yeah, we've got the new one coming out soon. Connor put forward Star Wars: A New Hope.
Also incredibly fun pick.
Very fun pick. I mean, when you think of Star Wars, you think sci-fi, but really it is just a sword and sorcery set in space.
Star Wars is a fantasy movie, period.
There you go. A Western at times.
Oh, spaghetti Western?
Oh, a lot of things.
Sandals? First?
Luke has sandals.
Does Luke have sandals? Luke does have sandals.
Yeah, Luke has Tatooine. There's lots of sandals out there. Sci-Fi Critic put forward, here's another one I need your thoughts on. The Librarian, Quest for the Spear.
Oh, now I know next to nothing about this.
This is your boy from the pit.
Yeah, this is, what is this?
2004?
Oh, now I can find it. 2004's The Librarian Quest for the Spear. Noah Wiley. Oh, when a magical artifact is lifted from his library, a unique librarian sets out to ensure its safe return. I don't know if it's...
There's a spear?
Okay, Quest for the Spear.
There's a spear, there's magic. There's no monsters.
There might be sandals.
Okay.
You've seen this before.
Dude, you must have missed it, but this is another one our father introduced to me. We watched all 3 Librarian movies, man. Call me when we get to...
There's 3?
Call me when we get to King Solomon's Mines. King Solomon's Tomb? I don't know. Do you remember that old school King Solomon's Mines movie? When Alan Quartermain is put in like a big cauldron?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Come on,
guys, can someone quickly nominate that before the episode's over?
No sorcery, but can we do that?
Just a fun movie.
Emma put forth The Princess Bride.
Oh, super fun.
That'd be really, really fun. Morshu put forth Van Helsing from 2004 with Hugh Jackman.
Has this popped up in one of our... This hasn't popped up on one of our themes before, has it?
Don't think so. Famous, modern, CGI-filled kind of Avengers with all of the Universal monsters coming together in a film. Famously terrible. And I hate this movie.
You've seen it. You gave it 2 stars.
Yeah.
Our friend JB Mason gave it 4.5 stars.
Whoa. Kate Beckinsdale?
Ooh.
Can we another one for Micah's celebrity crush list?
Never even heard her.
And then lastly, Nerkles put forth Zardoz.
Zardos?
Zardos. Oh, is. I just made up a new letter of the alphabet.
1974, Beyond 1984, Beyond 2001, Beyond Love, Beyond Death. What a weird... In the far future, a savage trained only to kill finds a way into the community of bored immortals that alone preserves humanity's achievements.
This is another one on my sword and sorcery list for the year. I know nothing about it except it's Sean Connery with a ponytail, a mustache, and a G-string fighting like monsters. There's a big floating head.
Oh my God.
This is the wild pick of the bunch.
You know what? I'd be happy with 90% of these movies.
Which one wouldn't you be happy with? Put it on blast, and then everyone will probably vote for it.
Honestly, Enchanted. Just because I've already seen that movie far too many times growing up. We had this thing called Tangent. We had this thing called the Media Center. I think it was made by Microsoft.
Mythical Media Center. Windows Media Center.
Windows Media Center, where if there was a movie or a show on TV, you could record it and keep it there. So I'm sure we had a bunch of recorded, probably illegally, movies.
Well, our mum would sit down at the start of every week, go through the upcoming TV guide and just set 90% of things on TV to record.
That's how we watched like all of MasterChef growing up.
So if there was any movie on any channel at any time, we would just, even if we'd watch it or not, it would just be recorded and saved to the hard drive ready to watch.
But we ended up having just like 50 movies that we watched on repeat. The Santa Claus movies, National Treasure.
Oh,
this Enchanted was one of them.
Have you seen Disenchanted, the sequel?
No.
Yeah.
Pointedly.
Yeah, this is exciting. I'm happy with any of these as well, except maybe not Army of Darkness. I feel like that's too perfect, and Micah doesn't like it. So it'll just be a.
It's not that I don't like it. I think every time I watch it, and I've seen it a good few times now, every time I watch it, it just like goes down one notch in my mind.
And we just did Evil Dead 2.
I think it goes one notch higher for you.
Yeah, we did Evil Dead 2, which again went down a bit for you as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of fun ones here. Lord of the Rings, Master Universe, Zardoz, Princess Bride, Clash of the Titans. I'm excited. So get your votes in if you're a patron. If you're not a patron but want to vote on the next movie, you can join up, patreon.com/Podzilla. And join us if you're a patron as well as we talk Oscars very soon.
Can you name one more Oscar for me?
Oscar
Wilde.
Who's Oscar Wilde?
Isn't he like a famous author?
Yes.
Shout out,
let's dedicate this whole episode to Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde, this one's for you.
Oscar Wilde. Let's dedicate all the Podzilla to Oscar Wilde. What did he do? He's not like a famous dictator or anything, is he?
Dude, let me look this up before we wrap up the episode.
Great.
Oscar Wilde.
P-fans, I know, are all waiting on bated breath for the Oscar Wilde lore. So
Oscar Wilde, Irish author and poet, best known for The Picture of Dorian Gray.
There we go.
Oscar made all of Podzilla is for you.
Oscar Wilde. Ray Harryhausen. Lusty and Claire was a lonely goatherd lay. Lusty and Claire was a goatherd's throat herd.
Throat herd?
What are the lyrics?
Not throat herd.